Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. Today guys, we're here checking out Superman and Lois Season 4 Episode 5, and I believe the title is Break the Cycle. And unfortunately, this is the halfway point of the season, the final season of Superman and Lois. It is crazy to think that I really wish we had more, because it feels like we've had more episodes than the 4 we've already had, and this is Episode 5. Feels like we've had more than 4 episodes because so much has happened in this season already. It's because there's less episodes. That's why they're having to do so much in every single episode. I wish there was more. I wish the show wasn't ending, and I feel like a broken record. And I'm going to continue to say that because it feels like this show still has so much more to do, and we're having to wrap it up this season. It is. Now, last week's episode, it was filler in a sense, in terms of, you know, the Kyle stuff, and I'm forgetting her name now, but Chrissy, it felt like, I think that's her name. Anyways, sorry, it's been a crazy week since that episode aired. That whole wedding stuff, filler, but they had to address it somehow because season 3 finale had that as a part of a storyline where Kyle proposes. So I get it, but it still was a pretty solid episode. It's the weakest, but still pretty solid. So we ended with the episode with everyone posting this news article. Like Gotham posted it, a couple different places posted it. It was all notifications on Lois's phone. I believe this is Lois's phone, stating Superman is back. So now Lex is going to find out he is back. And so I'm curious how this is going to affect the storyline, because he's not himself, right? Like him having Lane's heart, it's clear that he's not himself. So I don't know what the hell they're going to do, because Doomsday's still out there. There's still a lot of things, and the Brainiac freaking name drop, which we haven't heard that since, but still there's a lot of things that are still kind of lingering. And in the previously on, because it was playing a little bit as I was getting set up here, it was referencing a lot about Lex's daughter, so maybe we see her in this episode. I don't know, but let's dive into now, guys. Let's check it out. Let's see what happens. Let's go. Divorce papers.
I'll be your ring tomorrow, Kat.
Just tell me what you want. We went to therapy.
Once! And you said that it wasn't for you. How desperate I am for even a scrap of attention from you. Like you're this big, tough genius. But really,
I mean,
you are still that angry little boy. Elizabeth will come to you and beg you for your love. And you will push her away.
To take care of this.
Sure, Luthor has seen the news. He knows you're alive, Clark.
Oh, he's seen it.
It's only a matter of time before he sends that thing after you again. DOD can't help. Lieutenant Jones went AWOL after shooting my dad, and without him, they have zero evidence tying Luthor to my father's death. Talk to Luthor.
I mean, it's an idea.
Say what? Let's call it even?
That was fast. It's right there.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Okay.
Are you sure there's like enough in there? Or?
Look, I was there the night that thing.
Yeah, I was like, where did I recognize her from?
Happened.
No, Denise.
No, it's okay. I'm not gonna say anything. It's just it just really sucks. I will see you guys tonight.
So she knows. I think more people actually know around Smallville.
Superman survived after his skin.
Oh, they had to cover the logo. I just saw that.
Can we talk? How did Lois do it? Some alien technology.
You're right.
That's not why I'm here. I'm asking for it to stop.
That's not up to you.
You're harassing my family.
Because you destroyed mine.
Going after us won't give you that time back with her. Nothing will. You have to find another way forward.
Do you even know what it feels like to suffer?
Lex,
He died, yeah.
I won't let you hurt my family.
Enjoy the time you have left.
That didn't go well, did
You
it?
don't want a lawyer present?
Oh?
I'm good. Wind intends to move back to London. Elizabeth is staying in Metropolis.
Over my dead body.
She's lived here her entire life. I have given her everything.
Except love.
Don't you dare say that to me!
Elizabeth.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay.
What's going on?
Dude, mom needs me. It's an emergency. Can you cover?
What's going on?
License. Hands at 10 and 2 and use your turn signal. Hi, Candace.
So good.
Hi,
I
Candace.
missed you. Where is he?
Oh boy. He had to go do
My
something.
mom with this big story.
Yeah.
John's helping her at the paper now? Wait, are you driving now?
Technically no, but he has to in this moment. Ooh, hello. Oh shit.
Where's General Lane? My father.
Yeah, he killed Lane.
I don't know how you expect me to help.
If you could just talk to him. You are the one person in the world he cares about.
Just try to talk him off a ledge or going crazy, which he already is.
He used to walk me to school almost every day, even the day he was...
Arrested.
But if you don't talk to him soon, he is going to do something terrible to my family.
He already did.
Maybe it's time for you to go to the fortress.
I'm not gonna leave you and the boys.
The fortress?
You have to. That thing killed you. We can't go through that again. Do you think your mom can help?
Ooh, that's a good question. Could she help with this? I would assume yes.
Shelters
It'd be
doing
bad if it
this
was Lex.
puppy adoption thing, and I needed to get the story before.
Does this have something to do with the shelter? Jordan will explain. We have to go. Can you really explain that?
No.
Killed it.
Oh, I killed it.
Over. Every time it just came back to life.
Walk me through what happened. And we shall search for a way.
The fight started at the farm. It grabbed me so fast I couldn't even react.
Yeah.
Continue.
When we got to the subway, he overpowered me here. He was stronger, faster. Enough!
Cal.
Can't beat him.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad.
Here we go. Awkward as shit.
How far along are you?
Almost 6 months.
Why did you stop writing me?
That's what you want to ask me.
Your letters were all I had.
Do you know how hard it was to be your daughter? To
Damn.
grow up with the last name Luthor. People found out who I was and assumed the worst. They thought I was like you.
All lies. Lies spread by Lois Lane.
Don't make this about her.
It's about you.
She's far from the only one who believes you're a monster.
I've always shown you who I am.
The real you?
Can we talk?
No. You cannot talk to me.
Did you want to be a dad?
That's a good question.
You're wrong. Lil, all I want is a chance to be your dad again. That's all I'm asking.
Puppy adoption conspiracy?
Yeah.
Conspiracy?
And you're investigating it with your mom? I was busy covering a big story with his mom.
Yeah, big story.
You were a fireman?
Okay, you're both lying to me.
Shit.
Stop lying.
Okay, just tell her. Oh, wait, maybe not.
I was trying to understand who you were becoming.
You could have asked Mum.
I did. Your mother insisted on keeping me in the dark.
Lois Lane isn't to blame. It was the choices that you made. You are the reason I grew up without a father. Even now, you can't take responsibility.
Not
Exactly.
I didn't do.
That's true,
It's
but
always someone else's fault, isn't it?
Damn, you fucked up, man.
Something's happening.
Take accountability.
She's leaving.
My guess is he used
Wait,
that
what?
to call his new pet.
What?
I'm betting your father was nothing like mine.
That's true, 100%.
Mine's a monster.
Was he always? It's just you lost something too. And if you don't at least try to get it back, I think you'll regret it.
Then just tell me, like, why
Okay,
is that
just-
so hard?
Look, there's things going on right now that I can't talk about.
It's gotten dark quick. He's like, you're back. You're here. Why?
I tried to be a good father, though.
Tried. At least you tried. At least.
Used his own belt,
Oh, shit.
because it was the one thing he left behind. Being in Strikers, the hardest part wasn't being locked up. It was wondering if you needed me. I should have been there to take care of you.
And unfortunately, weren't because of Lois Lane. This is where she reveals she's actually a villain, too.
She's a 14-year-old girl.
I want to live here with Dad.
And that doesn't last long.
This has to work.
She's, oh my god, she's gonna call Doomsday. She's gonna call him.
Doing all right?
No. Oh, she didn't leave.
And Candace wants to go back to her aunts.
What are you doing here?
Oh,
Like
shit.
Grandpa's ELT.
No, baby, you have to leave.
This is bad. This is bad. This is bad.
Stay back. You know me.
Well, they've been setting this up for a bit. Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be a great mother.
Hopefully. She's actually evil.
About being a grandfather? You've been here?
That's right.
In this town?
Things are getting awkward again.
So it's true.
Yeah, it's true.
You're trying to destroy her family.
Took 17 years of my life.
Which you could never get back.
There has to be a price.
Careful, dude.
Not if you want to be in my life.
Oh, you have to stop it then.
Or your grandsons. I chose you.
Yeah, she did.
And now it's your turn. Truly want to break the cycle, you'll leave this all behind.
Yeah, throw it right back at him. Break the cycle.
It's the only way, Dad.
She has to pay.
So he's choosing. Oh my God, dude, you're. Oh shit.
I won't expose my son to this kind of hatred.
You had a shot.
So stay out of my life.
He fucked it up. Oh my God, Lex.
I told Lois I didn't kill Moxie.
The evidence says otherwise.
You and Lois Lane are destroying my family. I will never forget this.
Everything?
About your dad and who he really is. About you and Jordan.
Not everything.
He's okay.
Did he actually tell her though the truth? Oh shit. They can see it from all the way over there.
Lois.
Uh-oh.
Elizabeth left, and she's not coming back.
On your world, you were married.
To you. Mm-hmm.
But destroying mine won't ever bring yours back. Please. Whatever Luthor has asked of you.
But how does she know for sure that it won't come back? He has to know. There you have it, guys. Another pretty solid episode of Superman and Lois, and this was really focused heavily on Lex and Elizabeth, his daughter, of course, played by Elizabeth. I forget how to pronounce her last name, but she, of course, was famous, of course, in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and everyone knows her. And she's been directing, I think, Superman and Lois for the last couple of years, so the fact that she actually is playing a role in the show is actually pretty cool. A lot of back and forth in terms of where we saw some moments between Elizabeth and Lex when they finally got to sit down, and then it all just came back to Lois. It always came back to the point of Lex's true character, right? And even him revealing his childhood and how his father was a horrible person and his mom beat him and everything, that changed her perspective on him, but then it went still right back to the point because he was mentioning he wanted to break the cycle, which is the title of the episode. And then she mentions and gives him an ultimatum. Choose me and your future grandson, because she's pregnant, or stay on the path, but you're not going to be in my life anymore. And neither you're going to be in my son's life, your grandson's life. You're not going to be a part of it. He still chose to go after Lois. There has to be a price to be paid. He's like, she has to pay. There has to be a price for taking 17 years of my life. And we find out that he was taken in at his daughter's, like, school thing or something, and the police allowed Superman to take him in all those years ago, and that's the way it played out. So he just can't let it go. And I will say, and I've been asking this question since I think the beginning of when this season started, how are they going to stop Doomsday? I don't think Doomsday is completely out of the picture in terms of the story. I just feel like right now there is an understanding between Doomsday, in a sense, and Lois, because Doomsday, former Superman from Earth 2, or the other Earth, knows who Lois is. And they've been playing this up, and I've never really noticed it too well, that he has been noticing Lois, and they've been building that up, because how do you stop it? And even, you know, when Clark went to the Fortress of Solitude to talk to his mom, and they went through the whole events of what occurred, he's like, I kept killing it. I kept killing Doomsday. I kept killing it. And it kept coming back and back and back. And it just wouldn't stop. It would not die. It would die, and then it would come back again, stronger. So there was no way to actually beat it physically. So the way they play it up, because I've been asking, how are they going to stop this thing? Because that is Lex's weapon, the ultimate weapon that actually killed Superman in the first place. How do you stop it? And the way they did it is because this version of Doomsday is another Superman that was basically just killed and attacked and brutalized, and everything that Lex did to it over time built it to what it is now. But it's still Superman from another Earth. And he was married to Lois. So it all started to work together. Now, him flying away, Doomsday at the end, I don't know if that completely means, hey, he's gone for good. I still think he's going to have a role to play in the storyline moving forward. But Lex has lost his ultimate weapon. He's lost the thing that literally is the ticking time bomb that he could just send and do whatever. Of course, Jonathan shows up and Lois is trying to do this. It was a bad idea at first, but it actually is a pretty smart idea. I'm curious to see how people are going to respond to this decision of how they actually exit Doomsday, at least for now. Because, like I said, I still think he's going to come back in some sense, but we'll see. But I think it was, at least in my opinion, a smart decision. Because we don't have a lot of time, plus the budget has been drastically cut. That's why they had to get rid of a lot of main cast members. That's why they've been popping up sporadically. Notice that Sarah wasn't in this episode at all. And it felt kind of weird because she should have been at that party. She should have been at that gathering of the fireworks and everything and all that. She should have probably been hanging around Jordan and Jonathan when they're, talking with that other girl that did notice that, Superman, and then she connect the dots that was your dad and all that kind of stuff. Like, Sarah realistically should have been a part of a lot of this, or even in the diner itself, but you just notice that she's not there because they couldn't afford her because of the budget cuts. So they had to find a way to get rid of Doomsday. That's why he was barely showing up, besides the main actual fight between Superman at the beginning of the season, is because the budget. So they found a way to get him to exit. So I think it was pretty smart. And I think they reused some shots of Doomsday for that Lois scene back and forth. I think they were reusing. They obviously were cutting back to previous scenes and previous footage. But in terms of the actual Doomsday shot where it's like zooming in a little bit or just kind of focused on him while she's talking, I think it was some of the same movements were just repeated. I think it was some of the same shots they had to build. But anyways, it worked. Now, the whole Jonathan and his girlfriend, I feel like it was only there just so it's her I think this is her last appearance, unless it's the finale. But I feel like his girlfriend who shows up, and of course Jordan's having to cover, they ended on a way to where she knows everything. And I think they're playing it up, and the way because it felt kind of an odd scene. I wonder if they actually shot a sequence where Jordan actually explains it in a way to her and it just didn't work for the episode or the time constraints. I don't know, because I'm curious, because I've always wondered this, especially for the other shows that the CW produced, especially like The Flash and Arrow. They had shot scenes for episodes that never made it to air because they just couldn't fit in the episode because the time constraints, because they were airing on cable. So they couldn't actually put out a longer episode. Stargirl did that because it was airing on the DC Universe, the original network, before it obviously moved over to the CW full time. But they had like longer extended episodes on the DC Universe app versus CW had to cut some of that stuff out. So I wonder if there is extended versions of these episodes and how that would be if we actually got hour-long episodes, Superman and Lois, versus these 42 minutes, because the time constraints for network television. Just wondering how that would work. But anyways, so they basically just played it up to where, oh yeah, Jordan told her, and now she knows everything. Okay, I'll believe it, I guess, because we're kind of having to rush through, and like I said, I don't think we're going to see her again unless it's the finale and all that. I think overall, the handling of Elizabeth and Lex in this episode, I think, was pretty good in terms of the flashbacks where he was getting divorced, Lex was, and him talking to his Elizabeth younger in the closet and kind of just admitting, yeah, I didn't want kids at first, but then I saw you, everything changed and all that. And then they're at the diner and it's a lot of back and forth. She's getting really emotional. She comes back after Clark talks to her. He's like, I never could get that time back from when my dad, Pa Kent, died a few years after, you and your dad, had to split because he got arrested and all that. But she goes back in, and at first, things seem to be fine. But like I was mentioning before, he made the wrong decision. And I feel like we're going to see this really compound over time where maybe Lex is going to start regretting it. But that that part of him that has to go after Lois is never going to go away. So he really couldn't just walk away. Even though he's admitting he wanted to break the cycle initially, with him becoming a father and being better, which he tried. It didn't seem like he actually, succeeded. He tried, though. But he unfortunately, he can't break the cycle this time. He lost 17 years. Now, I think they're at least handling it smart, at least from my perspective, because Lex here, they're really playing it up as like you feel bad for him. Like in terms of him losing all these years, and he was being committed and was put in jail for a crime he didn't commit. But they keep referencing other things he's done, because we know Lex traditionally is a villain. So of course, when they're mentioning, well, you've done other stuff, you're, sorry, my voice going there. You've done other stuff, you're a monster, you've killed other people. Just because you didn't do this doesn't mean you didn't do anything else. We don't really know all those other things, though. But they're playing it up like, man, this guy has been pushed to the limit because of something he didn't do, even though he did other shit. So I don't know where they're going to go from here. Like, I'm really curious how they're going to go, like where they're going to go from here in terms of, Lex's kind of end goal, because now Doomsday is not in play. I bet we're going to see him attempting to get Doomsday to come back, and it isn't going to work. Maybe he flew out of the solar system, or he just flew out of Earth and he just can't be reached anymore. He's just gone, because we see him flying away. Or maybe he's just somewhere on Earth. He's just kind of chilling. Who knows? We don't know where exactly he is, but the assumption is he's gone, like gone. We'll see. But overall, I think they did a pretty good job with this episode in terms of reintroducing Elizabeth into Lex's life in a weird way, because of course, she had to show up because Lois was begging her. And I think they handled it to where this might be the end of seeing Elizabeth on the show, seeing his daughter, because he made the decision, and they make a hard point ultimatum, and then he makes the wrong decision. At least he thinks he's making the right one. He's actually making the wrong one, but whatever. Lex is not going to listen, because Lex ultimately, even though he's connecting with his daughter again, he's still that same guy who is he is adamant on getting revenge and paying back and going after Lois. So it doesn't matter how connected he could get back with his daughter and potential grandson, he's still going to have that. But what is that end goal now? He's already killed Superman once. He came back. So what is it? Is it killing Lois? Is it killing Jonathan and Jordan? I don't know. Don't know. One final thing I wanted to mention, it wasn't a part of this episode, but it was something that came out, and I believe it was like some sort of book, these supposed concept art. And I'm not going to put the photos up because I'm not sure the legitimacy of them, but I posted them, or at least I responded to them online. There's supposed concept art of Jonathan and Jordan's super suits from some sort of Superman art book. And it shows the two actors who play Jonathan and Jordan now. And they are drastically different from each other in ways in terms of color, but the designs are pretty similar in terms of the actual, overall design. Just the color palettes are a little bit different, and there's some small changes here and there. If this is true, which I don't know if they've actually had the budget to give them suits, but we know they're going to become, their own versions of Superman, Superboy, are they going to get suits in the show? Because we heard from Lane that he wanted both of them to be within the DOD to help out and to have, and even at one point we saw super suits, right? In a sense, but then they were killed by the other Superman. They were just taken out like nothing. So I wonder if that's going to be like a big surprise to the DOD, that they're going to have these suits ready for them and made for them, so we get to see them at least in these suits before the show ends. If this is true, if it's true, I hope it is. Be awesome. But yeah, so that was pretty cool to see that online. So like I said, I don't know if the legitimacy of it, but if it's true, holy shit, yes, be awesome. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm curious to know what you guys thought about this episode of Superman and Lois. Whatever thoughts you have, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Talk to you guys soon. Game talk. Peace out.